welcome everyone to this flight from Newcastle to Farnborough. We're going to be using the CRJ by Aerosoft, which has been recently released and is really a refreshing change for Microsoft Flight Simulator to have a complex sort of commercial, sort of regional airliner in this sim. We're going to start this up from cold and dark. We're going to set up the FMS and we're going to then jump into VR for our flight. So if you're interested, pick yourself a brew and come join me. First of all then, we make sure the aircraft is cold and dark, which we've just pressed this because at the moment there's a slight bug where I think the aircraft starts up for some reason. But if you make sure you press cold and dark first, then you're all sorted. We'll put the passenger door open and the forward cargo door will open as well. The animations are so beautiful of this bird, very, very nicely done, and everything behaves as it should do, as you'd expect really. We'll remove the wheel chocks because we don't really need them now. And yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll crack on with our power. So first of all, I think what we'll do is, we don't really need ground power to be honest. What we'll do is we'll just put the batteries on and we'll put our APU on. Oh, should have pressed that one first, whoops. And that one needs to go, the bleed air source needs to go to APU. And if we zoom in here on our panel, you'll see the APU is starting to spool up. We'll go outside, and you'll see the flap at the back of the aircraft as well. Just here, I'm not sure if you can see that or not. Right at the back of the tail there's the flap that opens up. This is the private jet livery, which makes sense since we're going to Burning Blue Design Farnborough, which is one of the most incredible airports that have been released recently. And here, this is the Orbx rendition of Newcastle. Also a massive fan of this airport. I think it's one of their best that they've achieved recently with this sim. Right, so the APU's powered up. So what we need to do now, actually we'll leave that for the time being. We'll just put the beacon on, actually. We'll come down to the FMS and we need to let the aircraft know where we are. So we'll put Echo Golf November Tango and we'll put that in our position, then copy that into this box here, and that's it, that's done. We also need actually to make sure our alignment is beginning, so we'll do that now actually. Apologies for my mouse, I've got a really dodgy mouse, I need to get a new one. And you know, it's hilarious because I said that in one of my videos recently, and a subscriber has offered to send me a brand new Logitech mouse, so thank you for that. That is amazing, I really do appreciate it. Really, I couldn't believe it when they were actually being serious. Like, wow, thank you. Right, anyway, so that's that done. I love this aircraft so much. It's beautiful. Go to the FMS. Just to say, guys, again, we're going to be in VR for this flight. I would normally do this in VR, but actually I think that doing this bit in 2D mode is just easier to watch, I guess, on YouTube, really. So I thought this would be the best of both worlds, and I might start doing a few more of these sorts of videos where we do both 2D and VR, depending on sort of the flight and all that kind of stuff. Right, so as I say, we're going to Farnborough, so we'll just put our origin in, which again is Echo Golf November Tango. And we're going to Echo Golf Lima Foxtrot. There we go. And we'll just put our flight number in as VR 1984, which is my birthday. That will do there. So we need to start our flight plan. So we'll just execute that first of all. And then we'll go to our next page and we can start dialing in where we want to go. In fact, actually, we're going to do a departure from 3 left called the Girl 1Y, which is interesting. So I'll tell you what, we'll put that in first. So we'll go to our departure, and you can see here it's already got them on there, the options. We want the Girl 1Y, which is that there, and we're going to be taking off 25 as well. So we'll click that one and execute that. Fabulous. We'll go back to our flight plan. That's all now dialed into there. Click the next part, and from there we'll be heading to Listo. So that's Lima India Sierra Tango Oscar I believe. Yep, that's right. So we'll add that and put that in here. And then from there, we're heading to Hon. Oops, sorry, wrong. That's it. Put it in there. And then from there, we're heading to Kidley. That's K-I-D-L-I. So K-I-D. And then Digut after that, which I think is our final fix before our approach and arrival in, I think. Oh, actually, yeah, I think that's it. I think, yeah, that's fine. So we'll go to our arrivals page now, which we'll double-click that. Go to Echo Golf Lima Foxtrot arrivals, and then here we're looking for the capped. So yeah, CPT-1V, which is there. But first of all, I think we'll pick our ILS approach. It's going to be the 2-4 Zulu. Select that and execute that, and there we go. That's our flight plan loaded in. We're going to check it now for any discontinuities. So first page looks good. We've got one there, that's fine. We can just basically click on CPT, which is the start of our arrival, and then add it here. Execute. What else we got here? I think the rest of it looks... Oh, hang on. No, we've got another one here. Execute. That is looking pretty good. Right, so I think the next thing to do is to sort out our VNav. We're actually going to be climbing a cruise altitude. We're going to go for today will be... So I'm kind of still a bit unsure. What do you reckon, guys? I think we'll go for 21,000 feet. I think we don't need to do any more than that. And now I've done that wrong. Hang on a second. There we go, we don't want to go that high up. You can execute that now. Hopefully, by doing so, this is going to populate all the numbers in here. There you go, look, see? That's great. Which the VNav on this aircraft works really well, which is a nice change, because the VNav just does not work in any of the default aircraft. And even in X-Plane, it's a bit dodgy. It doesn't work that well in some of the, even the Challenger, which I'm a massive fan of. So that's basically how you set up your FMS in terms of your you're setting your flight plan. And then, of course, typing in the VNav configuration. That's all we're going to do for that, because basically we're going to climb out. These are our target speeds, you see, up to 18,000 feet. And that's our cruise altitude there. So with that being done, we're actually going to go to the iPad. Sorry, guys, I can't remember which button it was. That one there. And I love this. This really saves a lot of time here. I'm trying to scroll in, but my mouse is just being annoying. 36 passengers here. We've got a bit of cargo as well. We're just going to... I'm happy with that. That's fine. We'll set that payload in the sim. You see, that's our centre of gravity there. And this is what I love here. I'll just come back to the FMS again, which is number 3. And we'll go to our performance page. At the moment, that's not filled in, okay? But if we go to here... We'll copy that and link that to the FMS, go back to the FMS, and it's all there. I just love that. It saves me so much time. Brilliant. So we've got our cruise altitude in there as well, so that's all good as well. So we've done that. We also need to set up our VREF speeds. Go back to the... Oh, I'm so used with these buttons, guys, sorry. I'm so used to VR, you see. So with a flaps 8 departure, V1's going to be 125 knots, V2 136 knots. We can set that to appear in here. So if we set that now, there you go. That saves a lot of time as well. And we can do that for the landing. So that is all good there. I think we need to begin starting our aircraft. See, it's not as complicated as it seems. I know this aircraft is quite study level, but it's one of those things that, you know, you can go through all the checks and be crazy, or you can kind of do things fairly, you know, realistic like we're doing today, and, you know, operate the aircraft correctly, but, you know, you don't have to spend hours and hours setting everything up, particularly for this EFB tablet as well, which I really like. So all of these settings here are very good as well. We want some flight deck noises, so actually we'll just save that option. I do like that. And we want the coupled VNAV available. That's very good, and I'll show you that. When we go into approach, we'll take off, and I'll hit VNAV, and the aircraft will basically pitch for the correct altitudes at the specific fixes, which is very cool. It's absolutely beautiful, this is. Look at this. In fact, I've got my markers on. I need to get rid of that. I was touring Edinburgh the other day. I just wanted to see all of the beautiful points of interest. That video will be coming soon, no doubt. Navigation aids. But yeah, these are the points of interest markers. They're very useful if you're in an area you're not so familiar with. Of course, I am familiar with the UK. So, at this point, I think we'll close the cargo door and the passenger door. Enjoy those animations there. Look at that. How slow and beautifully smooth that is. Oh, thing of beauty.
Before takeoff, we would like to encourage all passengers to watch our cabin crew display the safety features of the aircraft.
Just get rid of those cautions there as well. Okay, so we're ready now for the engine start. I've just added my cursor on because I usually take that off when I'm in VR, but I think you'd probably want to see where my cursor is in this particular case. So we need to make sure the fuel pump's on. We'll put the air conditioning on as well. In fact, we'll do that after engine start, I think. And what we need to do is basically come down here to the engine, and we're going to start number 2 first. And keep an eye on the NG. Once we reach about, well, the top of where it'll go, I mean, usually it'll be about 17 or so. I'm going to come down here, because I haven't set a view for this because I'm rubbish, and start engine 2. Go outside, listen to those beautiful sounds. Look at this guy, seriously, why are you standing there? Oh, look at that heat blur, beautiful, very, very nice. Screenshot everywhere you look, honestly. Quite striking in this sort of red livery. Right, so that's...
We display the safety features and procedures of the aircraft in case of an emergency.
Same thing applies to engine number 1.
Please remain in your seats with your seatbelts fastened and your seats in the upright position. In case of a drop in cabin pressure, breathing masks will drop from the ceiling and should be placed over your head. If there is smoke in the cabin...
Number 1 is coming online. Okay, so now we'll go back to the overhead and put our air conditioners on, which I believe they're already on now actually. We can put our probes on. We need to put our hydraulics on, which I probably should have done that beforehand actually. I think that's, you see, this is where my mouse is really, really annoying because it won't scroll back. Oh, it's so annoying. There we go. Can't wait to get that new mouse. If you're watching, the subscriber who's actually donating me one, thank you so much. I do really appreciate it. Right, so we want the LTS armed. Seatbelt signs, we definitely want them on. We don't want any smoking. Auto, yeah, we'll actually put that to auto as well. Let's have a look what else do we need to do here. Have a look at our meter panel. We need to put our yaw damper on. It's something I find strange. Let me know, guys, in the comments if you're supposed to put this on now, but I feel you seem to have to put it on before you take off to clear that back trim. Okay, I'm sure I just pressed that, but I'll press it again. Yeah, that's all sorted. And we need to put our windshield heat on as well. Put it on low. I think that's it, and there we go. That's all our messages cleared. So you see, guys, it is a complex aircraft. I know some of you find it a little bit overwhelming, but it actually is a very sort of intuitive aircraft to fly, and you'll get used to it. You'll get used to it, guys. Don't worry. Okay, right. So at this point, we're going to take the APU off and change the bleed source to both engines, and that can spool down now. We don't need that anymore. That will clear those messages, and the APU valve is still open. Switch that off as well. There we go. Good stuff. One more quick look around. So I think really, guys, at this stage, I mean, I do all that in VR, by the way, but I know it's not much fun watching that in VR because it's quite intricate. So I think for the next part of this, for the entire part of this video, as we sort of taxi and take off and head to Farnborough by Burning Blue Design, which I've just posted on my last video on the channel review. Please check it out, and it's an amazing airport. I think, yeah, it's time to head into the HP Reverb G2 and continue this flight from there. So I'll see you in a moment. So welcome aboard the CRJ in VR, which is friggin' awesome. Wowzers, I just can't ever get over the fact of being inside this aircraft right now. With the HP Reverb G2, it just looks so clear and crisp. It's very, very nice indeed. But anyway, enough of that, we need to get going, so we're going to request a pushback.
Newcastle Ground Delta, Alpha Lima Kilo India requesting pushback.
I've no idea where he's going to come from, though.
Delta, Alpha Lima Kilo India, no pushback tug. It's
Ah.
available to answer your request.
That's a bit of a problem. How the hell are we going to get out of here, then? Okay, right. This is going to be interesting, guys. So, we're going to put our nose wheel steering on. Take the parking brake off. And hope for the best. You've ever heard a pilot say that before? Oh my god. If we can get out of here... Okay, you've just died. And this guy is not going to move either. Gotta say though, this is a pretty impressive turn. Look at that, so close there. Oh my god, look how close that is. But I think we hit it. But we'll just gloss over that. That serves me right, really. I parked in the completely wrong place. Okay, right. So we're now going to request a taxi because we haven't actually requested that yet. I just wanted to get out of there. Just so we know where we're going.
Newcastle Ground Delta.
Welcome
Alpha
to
Lima
professional
Kilo India with
VR
Sierra
Flight Sim
ready to
Airways.
taxi IFR.
This scenery is
Delta,
absolutely
Alpha
gorgeous.
Lima
Look at
Kilo
it.
India, taxi.
So just to let you know, guys, we're using real world weather today here in the UK. It's March the 21st, I believe, at the time of recording. And we've got live player traffic on as well, which I must admit, it's interesting watching other people buzz around the skies. You get some people very professional and they do the approach properly, and then you get the other people. You know what I mean. Try and land a jumbo jet at Courchevel or something. But yeah, the scenery here is very nice. So we need to make sure that our trim is set, and that you'll be able to find out your exact trim settings in your performance tab in the EFB, which is 5.8. So we can zoom in here and have a look. I don't think we're there. No, we're at 6 at the moment. So I'll keep ahead of what I'm doing here. We'll just back that off a bit. That's 5.8. All good. Flaps is going to be a flap 8 takeoff. That keeps us all configured there. Make sure the nav source is on FMS1, which it is. Oh, we've got a cabin announcement.
The captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff.
That's pretty impressive. Well, we kind of are. Look at that. That looks rubbish. That's a shame.
Please sort that out. I don't know what if that's an Acebo issue, but I'd imagine it's an issue with Orbx Newcastle that needs sorting out. The rest of it is so gorgeous that I think it's because it's so impressive you notice those little things. Right, here we are at runway 25 and we'll get our clearance. Clarence! Oh, I love VR.
Tower Delta.
Love
Alpha
it.
Lima, Kilo
It's
India,
so cool.
Runway 25 ready
But
for
we
takeoff
haven't set
IFR to Farnborough.
our altitude. Set that to 21,000.
Kilo India cleared for takeoff runway 25.
That's the wrong way. So I just setting our heading. Should have done that before. She's going to shout at me in a minute. Hang on. Thank you very much.
Cleared for takeoff
It's
runway
my scroll
25
wheel.
Delta. Alpha Lima, Kilo India.
It's rubbish. You ever heard a pilot say that before? Yeah, we've got an issue with the mouse scroll wheel. We're going to have to abort the takeoff. So I think we're all ready, guys. We'll have one more look outside. Sorry about the mouse. I know it can be annoying sometimes. Disappear now. She is a looker. She definitely is a looker. Right, everything is set, I'm pretty certain. I think I might just zoom in a little bit on the PFD there. That's our departure, you can see that. That's our SID. And we are ready. Let's do this. Takeoff power is set. And flaps is now set. Still learning this aircraft, but I tell you what, it's very rewarding. 80 knots. I don't think you get any call outs with V1. That'd be nice. That is V1. V2. And she wants to fly. Here we go. That is quite a sight, I've got to say. Fourth year pilot and VNAV is now enabled, and we have got our handoff.
119.875 for Lima, Kilo India.
This really is a joy to fly, this bird. I love how like the engine performance is bang on as well. It doesn't like just jump off the ground like a ridiculously, you know, like a rocket ship, like a lot of business jets and things. It's real, very, very convincing.
Scottish Centre Delta, Alpha Lima, Kilo India.
Bye-bye, Newcastle.
2,800 feet for 13,000 feet. Delta, Alpha Lima, Kilo India, Scottish Centre, continue to NTW03 as planned. UNH 30.18.
How's that for a shot? Wow. That is one sexy looking aircraft, I have to say. Now at the moment we're just trying to intercept our course, and the VNAV will do its thing, and you can see here that the altitude markers are on there, on the PFD, which I really like that. And once we get past the next threshold, which if we come over here, look, will be straight up to 21,000 feet actually, the aircraft will start pitching for that. What we need to do though is control our throttle, so that's basically what we need to do really. But we'll leave the landing lights on until we go past 10,000 feet. Very nice views of the English countryside here. So nice to finally have a beautiful aircraft like this in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It really is. Look at that. Gorgeous. And she's really nice on frame rate actually. I know a few of you have been having problems, but I think generally speaking it's been a pretty successful first release And this aircraft is planned to have plenty of updates. At the moment you can't get charts in the cockpit, and it doesn't have a weather radar, which is a real shame, but that will be sorted soon. Getting a bit slow here. So one thing, I'm so used to having an auto throttle with the Challenger 300, but with this you do need to control the throttles yourself. And the autopilot is so much smoother, it works so much better than the default aircraft as well. Right, so we're way past 10,000 feet now, so we'll put our landing lights off. We can look at our checklist here, which we are now in the climb, and the lead and APU is set. We've got the APU off now. First reverse is definitely off, and fuel X-flow is auto. So we're all good. We can check our spy cam down here, make sure the passengers are behaving themselves. I love this. That's a bit random, that is. Is that the guy who, is that the chief of Aerosoft? I think it might be, actually. Congratulations to him for an amazing aircraft. I'd love to see some sort of animations at some point. That would be really cool. Now, a lot of you people have been asking me, is the interior cabin modelled? It is. But it's you'll be disappointed, guys, if I'm honest, because it's not very. Yeah, we can see here. The textures are very, very low.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
Oh, we're serving sandwiches. Great stuff. Well, I've come back into the cabin at the right moment there. I would like a ham and pickle sandwich, please, with some cheese Wotsits. Thank you. But yeah, the cabin is absolutely huge, and in VR it's insane. But to be honest, I'm not that bothered that the cabin isn't, you know, meticulously modelled. It would be nice if there's an update at some point. I reckon there might be. But it's this aircraft is all about the systems and the realism first. And for the sake of waiting another 6 months for them to make the cabin nicer, I'm pleased that they've released it when they did, because we really need an aircraft like this for Microsoft Flight Simulator. But for now, we want to be in the pilot seat here, which is where I like to be the most. Look at that for a view there. Very nice. So really, guys, I think that's kind of all we need to do for this part of the video. You can see there our type of climb is coming up. And what I'll do is I'll meet you a bit further down the road when we start our descent into Farnborough. See you then.